we're back out here in our organic beans, our transition 1. Just to recap everything that's been done to the field, we turbo tilled it, we field cultivated it. On May 26th, we planted the beans, the 16-row planter, and on June 7th, we came back and plowed them. That's the last time that we were in the field, other than doing a little bit of hand weeding or just kind of walking into some patches and taking out some weeds. Really surprised at how clean the beans have been so far. I've got a Heinecker out here, an 8-row that we're doing this with. I've got 2 great fears in life. First is that an old buddy calls me up in the middle of the night and needs a favor. 1 favor turns into 2, 2 turns into 3. I only find out after the fact that he's deeply embedded into the mafia, and by helping him, he's brought me into that lifestyle. Now I'm in deep, way too deep. My only chance of survival is to fight. That, and of course, morning glories wrapping up around the table auger would be the second great fear. So we're going to try to take care of one of those things, probably cut out some old friends after this video. But today we're going to try to take out some of the morning glories that are coming up between row, some of the pigweeds, and a little bit of grass. Hopefully, again, this is our last in-row cultivation before canopy, and we keep everything pretty clean going into harvest. If you'll look at the Heinecker, I've got the wings up. I'm not making a bed or a water fur, or as northerners call it, a water furrow. So the reason that I'm doing this, I'm using a strategy called berm irrigation, where we'll section the field off into 10-foot sections, or 10-acre sections, about a quarter of the field at each pass, and use much more water and kind of flood through the system. The reason that I'm doing that is because, again, I'm trying to minimize the amount of tillage I do out of season when the crop's not growing. It's my weed control strategy right now, so I don't have a choice. So no-till is not really an option for me until they figure something else out. But if I can minimize the amount of soil disturbance out of season, that's kind of the ultimate goal. And if I build a bed and I come back with rice, I have to till and I have to disc and work pretty deep and pretty aggressively to take those beds out and smooth everything back up for rice. So it's something we're trying. It's just a theory right now, but we'll see how it works out. So the wings are up. We're not making a bed. We're just turning the dirt over and cutting the roots out of the weeds. What I like about this is I've got a hydraulic top link and RTK guidance, so I can adjust the tilt, I can adjust the depth, all from the cab of the tractor while the tractor drives itself. I have not been that familiar with plowing or cultivation between the row, just for the fact it wasn't really used whenever I came into our family operation. And because of the hydraulic top link and the guidance system, I'm being told that I still don't have true experience as a plowboy. And you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that, because if I can combine some of the old practices with some of the new technology and make life easier, I'm all for that. Everybody seems to want the good old days. Nobody wants to poop outside. So hopefully the beans are starting to bloom. They're getting bigger. Hopefully this plowing takes us into canopy, and we're done for the year until harvest. I'm sure we'll do in some sections where there's a few weeds, I'm sure we'll do some hand weeding and hoeing, but for the most part, I feel really confident that this will carry us to the finish line. So wish me luck. Thanks for tuning in.